Hello, everyone. How are you enjoying the con so far? Excellent. Thank you so much for being here for our J Fashion panel. We are very excited to be bringing 5 lovely ladies to our stage today. We have one more person coming. We are going to start by introducing the 6 of us. Then we're going to go on to answering some questions I've prepared. We have a little kind of fashion breakdown for you that we will go through, and then we will be open to your questions at the end. And then after that, we will get the cosplay parade started. So, starting off, my name is Elise. I am wearing Cult Party K today. This is a dark-inspired Cult Party K outfit. What I love about Cult Party K is you can just kind of take things that you already have and layer a lot of them on top. So we've got peignoir, headpiece, and wig borrowed from Susan over here. Yeah, the next panelist we have here, and I'm going to take a seat, is Megan. She is wearing a Menhera coordinate with a sweater from, how do you pronounce that? Milk Baby. Underneath, she has a safuku and various handmade accessories. Ooh, very cute. Excellent. Next up, we have Jay. Yeah, beautiful. Her dress is from MAM. Okay, from MAM. She has a coordinating wig, tights, shoes, and a hair bow. And we would call this a gothic coordinate. Yeah. Yeah. Like classically sweet, bittersweet, as some people like to call it. Yeah. Beautiful. Yay. After Jay, we have Victoria, who is rocking her Gothic Lolita coordinate. This is Angelic Pretty's Holy Lantern. She has both the OP and the socks. Those are a thrifted overskirt. And her shoes, and she made that bonnet herself. Dang. And after that, we have Susan. Susan is wearing a Villa OP with a matching head bow. She also has Holy Lantern socks in a different color. Wrong one. And she has Baby, the Stars Shine Bright, and Angelic Pretty accessories to go with it, a jawbreaker blouse, and then just some generic rocking horse shoes. Excellent. And then we will introduce Amanda and her coordinate when she gets here. So first, let's have some questions. Really quickly, I like to call this the Lolita lightning round. As some people might not know a little bit about J Fashion. Clearly some of you in the audience do, so if you'll excuse us while we entertain those who don't. Very quickly, is Harajuku a fashion?
No.
Cool. What is a JSK?
Jumper skirt.
What is an OP?
One piece.
Very cool. Not the anime, not the anime. Can everybody hear me okay? I feel like there's a lot of breathing. Okay. Does Lolita have anything to do with the book?
No.
Is Lolita cosplay?
No.
Is any other J Fashion cosplay?
No.
Wow. The more you know. Next, I'd like to go around and hear a little more from each of our panelists, and I would like to start with a question that I often ask myself when I was just getting started, and I am very much a noob, as they call it in the J Fashion community. But if you guys want to go around and tell me a little bit about what brought you to the fashion and what got you excited about the fashion. Susan, do you want to start?
Colin, yeah.
I was like, don't be angry. Okay. I think what generally draws me to fashion is I like eccentric, I like over the top, I like uniqueness to looks. And so, I've seen Lolita fashion for a long time, and I've always admired the look. But when I first started out, I didn't know that there were looks beyond what they call sweet or lots of pink or pastels. And so I always loved it, but it was not that look for me until I recently went to a con and found that there's more to that, like the Gothic and bittersweet and Victorian and whatever. And so that's when I found my first dress and basically fell in love, and it's just exploded from there. So I just love over the top fashion, just anything that's kind of out of the norm. And I think the look is amazing and beautiful and unique, and you can personalize it, which is what I love.
That was really good.
Nervous going first.
It is. Thank you. I found the fashion just years and years ago because I've been on the internet for far too long, and I first saw it, online, posted. It was closely linked to like anime and stuff like that. But I think what I like about it is for a long time I was like a tomboy, and I really hated anything like girly for a lot of different reasons. But once I stopped sort of hating that part of myself, I thought that Lolita fashion was just like an epitome of, did I do that? Just something elegant, and it's fun to dress up, yes, but I just really, I lost my train of thought. No, this is really nervous. Head bows. Yeah, just lace and frills and poof, and it's something I wear for me. While there are like rules and brands and all that, you get to, like she was saying, you get to customize your look, make something unique out of it. And I think having an avenue to do that with something so girly and fun, it's really empowering for me. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This one can go.
Oh, okay. Hi. I got into fashion because I used to be really into J-Rock and Visual K, and of course, like the founding person of like Goth Lolita, quote unquote, was in a Visual K band. Visual K is like basically like a metal, bossa nova, weird mixed genre in Japan. It's not as popular now, but it was really popular when I was a teenager in like 2003. So I got really into it then. And also, I just had been really into like the goth subculture, so it kind of came hand in hand, honestly. Now, I mean, it always appealed to me because it was something that was a mix of sort of my like interest in like really soft things, and also my interest in like dark, scary things. So, I mean, the two married very well. It's not so much in this coordinate, but I'm always just like kind of a work in progress in regards to things that I buy either way. But yeah, I have just always loved the fashion because it's also, like Susan said earlier, I also like things that are kind of over the top and dramatic. And yeah, that's it.
For me, like a lot of the other people, I love being able to, like, all of the extra parts and like the wonderful prints and how you can customize it and make it your own so much. And like in particular for Menhera, like as a kid, I've always seen like cuteness always had to be like happiness and rainbows and sunshine. And not everybody is always like that, but I still want to like dress cutely, and I think Menhera is a way to just show like, hey, I still like to dress cute, but like it's not always a traditional cuteness that you always see. Then I would like Megan.
touch on, so Menhera is like relatively new, sort of, you would say newish. Could you tell us a little bit more about kind of what it is about specifically surrounding the idea of mental health, and kind of how it's sort of not, a lot of people I think misconstrue it as kind of making fun or like trying to take sickness and make it cute, but not in a sort of respectful way, a more of like a, how would you say?
Exploiting.
Yeah, more of an exploitative way. Could you kind of touch on how it's not like that?
So I guess Menhera, I guess, started from like a group of online people who are just trying to talk about, their mental health and be open about it. And especially because especially in Eastern Asia, like mental health is kind of something that is not regarded as important. And so when people say like, my mental health isn't good, they kind of get ignored and, like shunned, like, oh, why are you trying to like, like you don't have a physical wound, so why are you trying to get all this attention for yourself? And so most people I know use it as a way to like vent, I guess. And like other people I've seen, they kind of just use it in like this kind of similar vein of like, we're trying to, better our mental health. At the same time, it's not going to get better instantly, and we just want to, show like, hey, this is who we are outside of just being cute. We also have these other problems.
Yeah. I think something that I also wanted to know, joining or kind of like getting into a community, maybe if you guys want to touch, like, how have you gotten involved with the fashion community? Kind of what's your role in that? And was there anything that was kind of scary about getting into the fashion, or anything that you really struggled with kind of getting involved?
I think we talked about this earlier. I think one of the biggest struggles with this particular fashion is that it's coming from another like culture, another country. So finding sizing, educating yourself about sizes, body shapes, that kind of stuff is very difficult because obviously American sizes versus other cultural sizes are very different. And so for me, I found it easier to be in places that sell the items, whether it's conventions, swap meets, meetups, that kind of stuff, or exchanging between other people, where you can actually like try the stuff on. Because the dress that's hanging up there, the circus pattern, I love circus, and I found that there's Circus Lolita, and I hastily bought that dress to come to find out that it's not my size, so I'm very sad. I know, because I still didn't educate myself well enough about sizing. So I think that's one of the hard lessons I've learned so far. So I'm taking the time to find things for myself without just jumping into stuff now, like I did originally.
So this is like my first like community technically event ever. I've kind of lurked online communities for a really long time without posting much. Like I'll post pictures if I go to a convention in Lolita, I'll post pictures on my blog, but not like anywhere else. So this is kind of my first. Hi. So I don't have much to say in regards to that, but like in terms of like struggles, I think just like Susan said, you've made so many good points so far. Learning sizing, not everybody uses imperial measurements, so like learning centimeters as opposed to inches and stuff like that. Learning what works for your body type, and then just Lolita has specifically a lot of like hard and fast rules in terms of like what makes a Lolita coordinate, and I think the hardest thing for me was learning those rules enough to be considered Lolita while still making room in the coordinate for like, no, I want to wear this because I like it, as opposed to I want to wear this because it makes me fit in. I think there's a line between both of those that you have to learn how to walk in order to, in order to, okay, yeah, sorry, I'm distracted. She looks very cute, so. Yeah, nope, it's gone again. Yes, yeah. You've had a actual, like, community experience, Jay, so why don't you,
I have my, like, old person input. Hi again. So I've been going to like meetups, conventions for a really long time, at least a good, 10, 15 years at this point. And it really, like, just thinking about how much the fashion has really exploded in the past couple of years is great. I love it. Because it was like me and like 10 other people, and only one person was probably wearing like what we considered a Lolita today at my first meetup. And that was really just because nobody was like shipping across here, and it was a while ago. But being in comm is really important because it's important to find people that you like want to swap dresses with, want to interact with. When you talk about like, oh, did you see this new AP release? Blah blah blah. You want to like hang out with those people because otherwise it's like you only get so much interaction with people, talking to people on the internet, or like posting about in a Ruffle chat. And so it's always exciting to actually interact with people and see these like things that you see online a lot in real life as well. And as well as just like I've made some really like long-term friends by just showing up places and like just talking, and like their friendship's really valuable to me. And it's just like it's a different experience as what it would be like when you end up going to like meeting new people at anime convention, or meeting new people at like, I don't know, like a goth event or something like that. It's sort of the same thing, but it's I don't know, more insular, I guess. It's a lot smaller for sure.
I think one of the other things too is you can get really into this and you can get very obsessed and wanting to buy everything under the sun because everything is awesome, but at the same time, I don't know. I found that I enjoy making themes. So before you kind of just purchase everything, just really take the time to think about your style, whether it's the dress style or the Lolita style, and then what kind of emotion or concept or whatever you want to portray, and then make sure that you really focus on that so that you can better find the pieces that you want, accessorize that you want. Because initially I just jumped in feet first and went crazy and I was like, why am I buying all this stuff? Because I have nothing, it doesn't go with what I already have, or the idea doesn't work. And so, I mean, granted, I love the pieces, but I could have better spent my money if I really thought about what I wanted to do first. So, because as you can see, we all each have a different theme, different idea, different concept, and it depends on where you want to take that style. So, yeah.
Totally agreeing with that.
Yeah.
I guess my kind of advice is for the kind of people who like, I guess are younger and they don't really have like a ton of funds, I guess, to go out and buy like Lolita and like other fashion styles, because like they really can get kind of pricey. So I guess before you just start like trying, I don't know, like as you're like wishing to like buy this stuff, like try and think like maybe I can make these kind of small accessories on my own. Like I know for like Lolita and stuff, like it can be kind of hard to like, you can't really sew an entire dress on your own really, but I mean it's great if you can, but like particularly in Manhera, like I think there's like a lot of people who will just like slip in a couple accessories like into their daily wear, and I think that's like really admirable. And like I mean like high key, I kind of just went in my medicine cabinet and like threw on some stuff. So, hey, maybe that works.
Specifically, the question was there anything that was like scary about starting or like joining a community? Kind of, what was your initial kind of like starting? Yeah, actually, real quick. if you want to take a quick turn, everybody else, so I can introduce your coordinate just a little bit, and then careful of that wire. Okay, this is Megan. She is wearing Amanda. I said Megan. Don't read. Amanda is wearing Angelic Pretty's Dreamy Parfait OP with the matching head bow. This is also with did I say that right? Yes. The clips are from Metamorphose, and she is also wearing AP's Fancy Whip OTKs. Tell us, what is an OTK?
Over the knee sack.
Aha. And your shoes are from somewhere special too, right? I didn't write it down.
Brand.
Okay. They're off brand, but they're amazing. You don't gotta have brand to look awesome. Okay, now, Amanda, tell us a little bit about what it was like to start in a new community and with a new fashion, and kind of how you got through that. I'll let you sit down again, too. It's allowed.
Okay.
Can I, please?
So, starting was definitely difficult. I started back in high school. I think I was maybe 16 years old, so that was like 7. I don't know how old I am. 6 years ago. But my parents were really against it. They thought it was weird. So it was kind of hard to like try to order things in the mail without them noticing. And also the money aspect was kind of difficult. Another thing that I did, I was interested in the fashion like well before I got into it. I think definitely just that leeway of having done lots of research on something I was interested in before actually like diving head in, like spending money on things that were low quality definitely helped a lot. It helped me avoid making like poor purchases. So, and for the community aspect, I don't really go to meets too often. I have gone to a few, but I'm really shy, so I get kind of nervous about like not knowing people there or trying to talk to people. So.
And now you're speaking in front of a crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else I'm supposed to say.
Yeah.
Do I keep going?
I don't know. I'll ask another one. So, it's not every day that you see someone out and about wearing a dress that has melty unicorn sparkles covered in whipped cream, or very dark veiled lace. So, I would like to know, there's a whole concept around being a Lolita lifestyler or a J-fashion lifestyler, and I think that can mean a lot of different things. And so I'd like to hear kind of about what your specific lifestyle is like wearing Lolita and what it's like to wear Lolita out in public, because it's not as much fun to just wear it in your closet.
Do I get to... Okay. Apparently I'm starting again. Okay. So I will comment on wearing it out. This past year I wore it out for the first time at a meetup. And people's reactions are very entertaining. But I do a lot of different costuming, so I'm used to wearing stuff outside of the norm, so I'm used to the looks, I'm used to the picture taking, and so I guess essentially that's the biggest thing, is like just be confident, just enjoy it. It's a conversation starter. Just be aware that whether people ask you or not, they may take pictures of you. They may ask, is it Halloween? They may ask, why are you wearing that? So I think just go with it. Share it with people. Educate people. Explain why. I think it's a great conversation starter. And, educating people to what things are, I think helps socialize people to a lot of different things. I think we need to be open with the community, and by being open, it allows it to be more accepting, and that goes with anything. So, but obviously when we all do cosplay or other costuming, we're all used to that. I mean, in a con, it's different than wearing it, just socially out. So, yeah.
I always look at you when I start waiting, what do I say? I'm sorry. Do I talk about the lifestyle thing or the social thing first? I guess lifestyle to me is somebody who's trying to incorporate more lifestyle Lolita choices in my life. It's just, adding cute little things to my day. Maybe instead of having a coffee, taking time to sit down and enjoy a full cup of tea or something like that. It's not really feasible for me to go out in Lolita every day. I go to school, I go to college, I, work in a medical lab. It's not gonna fit under my lab coat. So it's just about the little things, I think. People are really strict about lifestyle Lolitas. You've gotta wear the fashion every day, and it's... It's just maybe if I make my house a little cuter by putting up this nice wallpaper, or, maybe I won't go out in full coordinate, but I'll wear a nice ring today. I don't know. I think it's just about incorporating something cute and little in your day, every day. From Twin Peaks, give yourself a little gift every day. So, in terms of going out in public, that's fun. I just find it really fun. I like people's reactions. I've always been dressing kind of goth, punk, whatever you want to call it, since I was in 4th grade, I think. So I don't know, it's never really bothered me, but I understand how that can be scary for some people. It's just I don't know, it's not Halloween, it's just my outfit. I'm cute. Why are you wearing what you're wearing? Yeah, again, like Susan said, that's catchphrase for today. Just, be confident and own it. And even if you are kind of shy or anxious about it, a lot of it is just fake it till you make it. So fake it till you make it. And then you end up on a panel rambling.
Wait, don't move it closer. I'll just take this.
Okay.
This one's the lone traveler.
We'll just kind of share this one maybe, because he does that.
Okay. I actually started going to meets because I was uncomfortable wearing it out at first. I thought that, if I travel in a group, it wouldn't be so scary, and it isn't. Especially when other people are dressed exactly like you in just various colors. It kind of cuts down on the awkwardness and feeling like everybody's staring at you when it's really you and 10 other people. What was the other part of the question? Sorry. It was talking, lifestyle. I feel like lifestyle Lolita is something that's I definitely agree with her about how it can be incorporating small stuff into your outfit. And I do feel like it is something that has a lot of people try to put a lot of rules on it, where it's you only must drink high tea, and you only have to wear this brand, and you have to wear it all the time every day, even though it's not practical for what you do every day. But I feel like it is important to if you feel being cute or wearing something, you should wear it regardless of how you think other people will respond to it. It's really hard to get over that first time you're out and dressed like this. You feel like people are staring, just in your phone, "Ooh," scared about it. But you eventually just get comfortable, and you're this is me. Even though I was wearing something different, I feel for me, it's I get stared at a lot even wearing normal clothes. So it's just a part of my everyday to be kind of gawked at. So being gawked at while wearing a wig and a petticoat, I mean, that's just a slightly different outfit from what I wear every day, so it's not a big deal to me. But that's my experience with it. Obviously, other people have different feelings.
For Menhera, there really isn't a community, I mean. definitely like there's like some people who like post pictures online and stuff, but like there's no real like, hey, let's meet up this Sunday and do something. There's nothing like that. But you shouldn't let it stop you, even if there's like not a lot of other people who like dress like this like around you. Then if it makes you happy, then do it. And also, I guess with lifestylers, like you don't really see like that many. I guess like some people, like the most I see is like like some people just wearing like a printed sweater like every couple of days or so. So yeah, there's no real rules for Manera. I mean, if you just want to wear some cute band-aids or whatever, go for it.
Hold on, let me think. So like with the lifestyle concept, like I remember reading that like it's people who wear Lolita every day or try to incorporate it into their everyday lives, like with their home decor and even the hobbies they enjoy. But I always thought that the term lifestyler was kind of silly because to me it's just clothes. It's very pretty clothes, but it's not like there's like the Super Bowl's tomorrow. People that are big sports fans, like they don't call it a lifestyle. It's just something that they're interested in. So I always thought it was a silly concept to say that. I don't know what else the other part of the question was.
Going out in public.
Oh yeah, going out in public.
Oh yeah. Going out in public is definitely nerve-wracking, especially the first time. But even though I'm like really shy, I actually feel more confident wearing Lolita, even though it draws more attention to me. But just wearing all this stuff, like I feel really cute. It's kind of like I just kind of think, if I look cute, then other people's opinions shouldn't matter. So.
Can I tell a story? Story time. So the first time I wore Lolita that was not at a convention, I was in a public speaking class, and we had to do a 3-minute speech on like an aspect of another culture that you're interested in, not from a culture from your own. And I was like, hello, Lolita. So we had to use a visual aid. That was like the big part of the syllabus that we were covering. So I was my own visual aid. And I wore full, it was classic Lolita, so it wasn't like super over the top or anything, but I wore a full Lolita coordinate, wig, like 2 petticoats and everything for like a full day of college, and then I went to work. So that was like the first like big time out for me, I guess, and it was amazing because everybody was like too scared of me to say anything. Because they were like, wow, she's going out in public dressed like that. She must, like, she doesn't care. She's already dressed like that. She obviously doesn't care. So just, like, yeah, just, be confident. Yeah.
I think the rite of passage, which is what I had, is wearing your attire downtown in prime, like, visiting season for like people all over the world coming to Chicago. So just wear your outfit downtown and enjoy.
I will also say personally, and then we'll get to some of the cool things we brought here today. I am almost 28 years old. I'm 6 feet tall, and I am a plus size person. So those are all things, and being a shy person myself has kept me from this interest and kind of dressing this way for a long time. I also was like, I'm too big and too tall to wear pink and like do cute things. Life is so much more fun if you just don't care what other people think of you. So get that wig, put on those pearls and stars, and live your life.
And glitter.
And glitter, all of it. Okay, who would like to know a little bit more about the cool things that we have up front here? Me. Okay. So all of these things were provided today by Susan and Victoria, and
I just have that little bag.
that little tiny bag with not a lot of things on it. That's sarcasm, kids. Susan, would you like to go through a little bit about each piece? I'll go hold them up for you. And then we would like to show you a little bit. So getting into Lolita obviously can be pretty expensive, especially if you're looking at like your first dress can be anywhere from like $100 to $700 if you're going all in. So we'd like to show you just quickly a couple of ways that you can take one piece and add different things on it to come up with a whole bunch of different styles. So I will put this down and go hold those things up.
So I do lots of different type of costuming into a lot of different scenes. So what I try to do is invest in a piece that I can multi-purpose. Especially, I think that's a great idea when you're first starting out. So, well, we'll get to that one in just a second. So this was my very first dress that I bought, and essentially right now it's my only dress. So my goal is to have this dress and dress it up in different ways. So this is kind of the general look that I have worked up to investing in, which is pretty much the moon and stars theme. But I'm also into the steampunk scene. So I wanted to be able to take this dress and then change it up, whether I wanted to use steampunk Lolita or and then be steampunk with the Lolita theme. So basically what I would do with this outfit is ditch the tights. I have basically change it into a whole clock theme. So I have the clock tights with the bag, and then what happens is with the dress is the bow would come off. This is actually a waist piece here, and then over here, and then over that, if I wanted to, I have the extra little accessory neck piece. And then also with this, it can be one of two ways. Now, if I didn't want to wear the tights, I could wear the knee socks, and these are actually like garters. So you have one here and with the matching watch with the waist piece. The other thing I could do with this is if I wanted to do wear it around the arm, because what's great about these is that they actually cinch. So that way I can put it as arm pieces and attach it to gloves. So it's really, I try to find even this, I could wear it different ways if I wanted to. And then I can always change up the blouse, wear a white blouse with more buttons, so then I could wear the white cuffs. And then the intention with this piece is I wanted to make like a ringmaster theme. So I have the collar. I didn't bring it with me, but I have like a tiny top hat to go with it. Oh, I didn't bring the purse. I also have this like bear purse, like a brown bear purse. So yeah, you can see how, and then the other thing with this dress is I also want to, that's good, I want to change it up to make it also like not a full gothic theme, but more of a darker theme, which I'm working on investing in. And again, I could wear this piece down here. I could change up the blouse again, change the headpiece again, which is what those were intended for. And then I do plan on buying like, I found an off-brand Lolita shoe that has bat wings, and I also found a bat wing purse that I intend to use instead of the bear purse or the moon purse or the clock purse. So you can see how you can take one look and just tweak it every time, and all it is you save the money on the dress, and then you just spend the money on the accessories instead. Any questions about the pieces? Would you like to know? Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Victoria, do you want to talk about your Eat a Bag? Yeah. Of course. So I think Eat a Bags are kind of like the hot J fashion thing right now. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I think you're right. I think I saw somebody else with a Nita bag just today, so I think if it's going to show up in a little convention like this, I think it's pretty. So yeah, hey, yeah, there we go. So Ita bags are, I don't know how to describe it. Basically, you find a character, or I've seen like series bag. Yeah, they're super fun. Because you got your little window to display. You pick like a series or a character that you really, really love, and you just dedicate an entire bag to it. So like Ida in Japanese translates to like painful or cringe. So it's like a cringe. It's a cringy bag. Like this is a nerdy bag that I have. That I, make everybody else look at because I love this character from this video game a whole lot. It's just a fun way to show like your devotion to, like I said, like a character, an anime, a movie, whatever. So you get like your base bag, and then you start collecting bits and pieces of your character or whatever you're dedicating your bag to, and then you start building up and spending too much money. And then you start putting chains on it or taking the time to put metal studs on it one by one and sewing ribbon around it. And then you have a horrible looking bag that you carry with you everywhere. And it's very good to make other people look at it. So look at it, please. Look at my bag.
Look at me now. Yay. Okay. So we have 15 whole minutes left, and we would love to know what questions you have for any of our panelists. Ready? Go.
Not all at once.
No. It is okay.
Come here.
Yeah.
We gotta hear you, or you gotta shout really loud. Come up. Yes, you.
Recommended websites for Lolita shopping.
I am a big proponent of buying secondhand, and everything that I own besides this dress specifically that I have in Lolita is secondhand. There's a site called Lace Market that is like, what did you say, like eBay for Lolita, where you go and you can bid, or they have buy it now prices. A lot of the buyers will have like really specific sizes listed, so if you're looking, or you can just message like, hey, how does this dress fit? Hey, is it tight around the arms? Is it Lace Market for realsies? If not, I know a couple of the big brands have either USA shipping or stores in the United States, so that's something. Baby, The Stars Shine Bright, Angelic Pretty, and Alice and the Pirates I know have English stores.
I think so.
But yeah, I would seriously recommend Lace Market. It's absolutely fantastic.
It's not just dresses. It's go ahead. It's not just dresses. It's everything. So jewelry, purses, socks, tights, wigs, parasols. I mean, it's everything.
There's also a couple of Japanese secondhand websites. Obviously, there's like it would be a little bit more expensive to get it shipped over here. But if you're looking for something that's slightly harder to find on Lace Market, you could try Wonderwelt, which is just WUNDERWELT. It is mainly in Japanese, but they have a lot of English stuff as well, like English like subtitles, and you can just throw it in Google Translate and usually turns out okay. I bought this dress on Wonderwelt, and I also bought the bloomers that match with it, which was just sheer dumb luck. It cost me, I think, $130 to get everything here, but the dress was $60, the bloomers were $50, so most of it was just me paying for the actual items. Otherwise, I definitely recommend Lace Market. I've gotten a lot of stuff from there, and people are just so nice and responsive. And there's a lot of like rare stuff that might be hard to find as well, that you can find a little bit easier on Lace Market. Like I just recently bought a dress that was from a independent Western brand that just went defunct like a couple of years ago, and I literally hadn't heard of in about 5 years or so. And I was just really excited to find it because that's kind of become my new like niche interest in Lolita fashion. So, but definitely try Lace Market. There's a lot of things on there that like starting price is like $15-$20, and you can get a good starter pieces like a blouse or a petticoat and work up from there.
So I'm a big fan of secondhand as well. There's a lot of Facebook groups that sell secondhand Lolita that I'm in. That's where I usually find most of my things, and you can like a lot of sellers also take offers. So, but another thing that's growing is Chinese brands like Taobao. So it's not necessary to wear brand Lolita, but the thing with Taobao though, like ordering from the Chinese brands, is you have to get a shopping service, and I know that's kind of scary. So there's also Taobao resellers that are really nice. There's one called Lolita Wardrobe, and there's another one that's called Glitzy Wonderland. The thing with the resellers, though, is the prices are higher, but you don't have to go through finding a shopping service and stuff like that. So it makes it a little easier. Does anyone? Do you want to see? I don't have any. Okay.
I will say my favorite site to dream about spending all of my money at is Devil Inspired, which I believe is a Taobao reseller. So rather than having to go through a shopping service, they essentially buy from those brands and have them in stock. So you don't have to go like all the way around. And also I feel like lately a lot of like the fashion that you can find at Forever 21, and I mean, I got both of these pieces from Torrid. They're kind of having like a cool blouse revolution in like the regular fashion world. So I think there's a way that you can kind of save up for your main piece, but throw in other things that are a little more affordable to finish off your look. Yeah. More questions? Do you have another?
I was just going to add something else. I just also wanted to mention that another great place is like thrift stores. You can find a lot of blouses that are suitable for Lolita and accessories or shoes. So definitely check those out.
For sure. Down in front.
You can
You can stay there.
That's a really good question.
That is a very good question. And I think no matter what your age is, there's definitely maybe some people in your life where like, what are you gonna spend all your money on?
Why?
Ooh. Yeah. What do you guys think? Where's a good place to start?
It can be hard. You said you're 13, 14, 13. Once you get a job, it makes it a little bit easier. Well, then you're I mean, I'm sure that's what you get all the time, but like you can start saving your own money instead of going, "Hey, Mom and Dad, can I have like $10 for me to put away to buy a really weird dress later?" And I'm like, no. Once if you start making your own money, even like putting away like maybe $10 a month or like $2 every week, it really adds up after a while. In terms of like dealing with like parents and stuff, my parents have always been super supportive, which I'm very, very grateful for. But like in terms of like extended family, I get like weird questions from my mom or from like my aunts and stuff. things get easier once you get a little older. As young as you are, and I'm sure you hear this all the time, like, oh, you're so young, and you can still make decisions about your life, but once you're a little older and you have more active control over your life, it gets so much easier. You get so much freedom that you don't even know what to do with, and then start going a little crazy. But that's like another topic. I don't want to. Yeah, no.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. I'm kind of like in the same boat as you almost. Like I did have like a summer job, so that made it a lot easier. But like, do like that thing where it's like, hey, mom and dad, if I get like good grades, will you like give me $50 kind of thing? Like, I don't know if you can do that, but like that's kind of what I did. But yeah, like sometimes like if you look like really hard, like you could find like pretty darn cheap things. Like I've definitely seen like dresses on like Lace Market and like sometimes eBay for like $40. Like I like, and like they seem like to be pretty decent, and like okay, so yeah, if you just like look around the internet long enough, you find something.
Sorry. Again, like I said, I didn't actually start the fashion until I was 16, but I was interested in it, like maybe around your age, so a few years prior. So I definitely suggest before like making a big purchase, do your research and define what style you like, because when I first got interested in the fashion, I just thought everything was super awesome and I wanted to own everything, but I'm definitely more of a sweet Lolita, so I would have made some purchases had I had the money on things that I would not wear, or also like falling victim to things like the Lolita stuff on eBay when it's just really cheap and poorly made. So definitely do your research on brands. Just because something looks more affordable doesn't mean it's going to be good quality, but yeah.
Oh, so I was going to toss something quickly in. So I had a very similar experience. I got into like Lolita fashion when I was in middle school, and of course my mom was less than enthused about this because she thought it was like some weird goth thing, and at the time it was really more like oriented towards like what I'm wearing today than like what Amanda's wearing. But in that regard, I started just buying really small accessories. At the time I started doing it, it was really easy to find like, a kind of like more interesting, brightly colored ring, or like a kind of like gothy ring, or just at some points, like I started literally just going to Joann's and buying like small bits of lace and sewing them together and making like my own little wristlets. So I mean, it was that point for me. And I think there's a lot of things that you could just like find at the thrift store, and you don't need a lot of sewing skill to kind of just make it into something that's very like Lolita oriented, or even just finding like a cute pair of shoes. Like the shoes I have on are from Payless. Like they're like $40 though, but that's might be a little out of your price range. But nevertheless, there's something you can find something really simple like a ribbon, or just styling your hair, incorporating small bits of like what you want to wear, and then working up to the larger bits as you go on is really like extremely satisfying. Like when I finally had like enough money to buy my first dress, I was like super hyped and I was so excited, and it was just like I worked to that point, but I also had like kind of like small things to kind of get me through like not having the big thing that I wanted. And I think that's also really important to have, like just getting like the small stuff, and then like really cherishing the small stuff that you do have and were able to get, even when your parents are like, I don't really like that and blah blah blah. Because I mean, if you buy it with like your own money or like money that they give you, they can't say anything about it anymore. And that's what I always said to my mom.
You have money, so like save up money and you get something, and then you throw away the receipt, so then your parents can't take. No, but like, I mean, and there's a certain level of respect that like comes with like you're in your parents' household and you got to be respectful. Don't want to like bad talk parents. They're generally okay. I just wanted to make a joke. I'm sorry.
And I think it really goes back to that education piece that I was talking about it. So again, it's doing the small things even if it's exposing to your parents, just so that they can see it and how you incorporate it and how people enjoy it. I think by just starting small and working your way up, I think will give a better understanding or show them that it's not silly or weird or crazy or whatever, and it's just something that makes you feel good and it's fun. So just, like they were saying, incorporate a ring, a barrette, whatever, and just wear it with your clothes. I mean, you could wear the pink star, you could wear the little cloud with the outfit that you're wearing, and it makes you feel good because you're starting to get part of the community and your parents see it and it's cool. And then just little by little, add more. So.
Oh, just something. Sorry, just quick to add in. If it's, I think it's also like today's Lolita community is like different from like kind of the Lolita community that I started out with, where there's people that are just like quote unquote normal people, like people that are in sororities, people that work in like medical labs and offices, and they're doctors. It's just like another part of their personality, and I think that if you show more of that to people as well, they also get like, oh, it's just like any other, niche interest. It's like people that really enjoy mystery novels, or people that are really into, collecting buttons or whatever. So it's just another piece of somebody's personality. And I think if you like are able to show that, it might change the perspective that people have on like Lolita fashion in general. That was it.
I agree. I think also there's a lot of people out there who think that it's like a very niche thing. They don't kind of get what the motivations are of wearing behind it. They think that it's maybe something distasteful behind it. There are lots of like YouTubers who make videos about like, what is Lolita? Where does it come from? And that might be a great thing to take to your parents and set them down in front of that computer and be like, listen to this adorable person tell you about her life really quickly. I think we have time for one more question. If someone has one more
question.
One more question. 6 seasons in a movie. Nothing? Okay, I have one quick last lightning round question, and then we will strike the stage and get ready for the cosplay parade. And that is, what's your dream dress?
I don't know. I've been lately eyeing the metamorphosis. What's it called? The time. Thank you. The timepiece, the one with the clocks on it. It's on my lace market wish list.
So it's really funny. We were talking about it earlier, how like the names of dresses is just a bunch of words thrown together a lot of the time, and I'm sure it's like a translating like thing, but like, so I'm going to say a bunch of words that aren't going to make any sense, but I really, really want this dress. So it's Alice and the Pirates, Opal Church Choir, in red and wine, the JSK and the capelet. Oh my God. I would just kill a man for that. I wouldn't kill a man. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that in front of children. It's a very, very pretty dress. It's a very pretty dress, and I want it very much.
Right now, I don't really have a dream dress. I'm just kind of collecting like weird, random pieces of like things I actually want. I am like kind of obsessed with the brand Mana runs. What? Yeah, it's Moitié. Anyway, yeah. No, I was just saying at the end because I don't know the other two parts. Anyway, so there's also like a color scheme that he really sticks with. It's like black and this very specific vivid blue that I'm obsessed with. So I just been looking for pieces to kind of work with that and mainly accessories, and that's kind of my like dream item. As I know that I probably wouldn't fit into most of the dresses, or if I did, they'd be way too short. So.
No, I'm kind of in the same boat of like, I don't really have like a dream dress like I super want, but there's like a lot of dresses where I see and I'm like, oh, that's cute, I would want it, but like, you know.
I actually forgot what the name of my dream dress is, but I know it's my dream dress. But it was a made-to-order dress by Baby, the Star Shine Bright, that just came out like a couple of weeks ago, and and the pre-order's already over. But it was like $800, so I wasn't gonna buy it anyway. But it's like Celestial Maiden, I think it's called. But it's I don't know. It's like based off of the Chinese Hanfu style, and it's clouds. It's really pretty.
That's cool. Well, my dream dress is from a company called Devil Inspired. No, it's actually, the brand is called Souffle Song, and I believe it is called Kitten Souffle, but it has a giant picture frame with cats in it, right on the center, and cats all along the bottom. I want it. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for listening to us talk about sparkles and lace. Thank you so much to all of our panelists who dressed up beautiful to come here today. Celebratory dabs all around. Thank you so much. If you're here for cosplay, hang tight, gather around, and we will start that very soon. Thank you so much.